Alright there guys, hope we're all doing well. I'm back with another pickup video, and I think this is pickup video number 11 now. And let me tell you, I have got a buttload, a shit ton, a fuck ton, to use technical terms, of pickups. Ridiculous amounts. Gone a bit overboard the last couple of weeks. I think it's because I started a new job. First paycheck's come through. Ooh, money again. Gotta get some games in. But the sad thing is that not all of it's here yet. So another pickup video will be shortly, probably within the same week, because I'm still expecting at least 10 more packages on top of what I've got today. As usual, I'm going to get straight stuck in, and I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm not going to jump in with PS2. In fact, I've got very little PS2 pickups, which makes a change. So, I managed to grab a DS game for a change. Not 3DS, just standard DS, and that game is Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut. Now, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It's a remake of the original Broken Sword game, and I remember playing it as a kid, and it's just as good. The only thing I don't like about this version is that there is no voice acting, so it's only a little niggle, I guess. I tend to play my handhelds on silent anyway, regardless of the fact of this having an awesome soundtrack. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of playing it with sound, I don't know. Just one of those things. Right, and next I got a PlayStation 1 game. PlayStation 1 I absolutely adored way back when. The case is tatty as hell, and I need to get a replacement case for it, but it's one of the original style double section cases, so finding a replacement case for it is going to be a pain in the ass. But that game is Reloaded. Now, this is a top down shooter, and you play as a shit ton of mutants, and the characters are just insanely weird. I mean, look at this guy here. It's just like a massive retarded blue bunny rabbit. The game is fantastic though. If you're a fan of top-down shooters, basically Smash TV with a story, highly recommend this game. Was very happy to find this. And then we have a Mega Drive game, and that game, Mickey Mania. I will be doing a Twitch Twiddly Thumbs episode on this soon. I can't believe I just fucking managed to mess that word up, that title up. But yeah, Mickey Mania. I'm not sure if I played this as a kid or not. I haven't played it since I bought it yet. I'm waiting to experience it in the video first, but I do look forward to playing it. It's in pretty good condition. Inside it's great. The only thing that's a bit rough is it's got a little bit of dog ears around the edge. But I'm not sure if I played this or not. I really remember playing a 2D Mickey and loving it. Not the Castle of Illusion games. I think I might be getting it mixed up with a PlayStation 1 Mickey platformer. I'm not sure. This game looks great though. I can't wait to get stuck in. Right, now I'm going to jump in with a absolute fuck ton of Xbox 360 games. I'm going to say straight off the bat, a lot of these I haven't played yet because I received most of them today on bulk. Let's dive straight in. First game being Divinity 2, the Dragon Knight Saga. Now, there is another Divinity 2 out for the Xbox 360. I can't remember what the hell that is called. I think it has a weird name, but this is essentially the same game with an add-on added onto it, with some camera angles fixed and some glitches sorted out. Basically, if you're going to get Divinity 2 for the 360, avoid the original, just jump straight in and get this. It's not an easy game to find. I think it's still around £15–20 pre-owned, but if you can get your hands on it, I do recommend it. I remember playing a demo a while back and I really digged it. Dug it? I don't know, however you want to say it. Right, next we have Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. Now, this game isn't as good or as detailed as other Civilizations. It's a really dumbed down version of Civilization, but I really enjoyed it regardless. You can, well, even if you do a good playthrough, you can finish it in around 2 to 3 hours. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I have played this before. I'm buying it back to sort out my gamer card. I hate having games on my gamer tag that I don't own. Freaking annoying me. But yeah, this game's kind of hard to get hold of these days. It still sells pre-owned for about £15, regardless of the fact that I think it came out, it was around about 2008, maybe even 2007. Dunno, either way, good game. I really do recommend it, regardless of its simplicity. Next we have a game I've yet to play, which sounds very interesting, but I've seen nothing on it and I've heard nothing about it. And that game is Venetica. Now I'm just going to read you something from the back, because it really interests me. In a fantastical Venice, the beautiful Scala is discovering her fate. She is the daughter of death, and she has been called upon to defend her father against a cunning necromancer. Now, that's enough to lure me into this game as it is. I really cannot wait to play this one. I can imagine it's the kind of game I'm going to put on and play start to finish straight away. I hope so anyway. There might be a reason I haven't heard of it, but I do look forward to it. Maybe one of those hidden gems. I'm hoping. We can always hope. Right, next we have Just Cause 2. I've yet to play this. I've heard that it's 1,000 times better than the first one, which I really didn't like. I'm not too great with open world games. They're either shit or they're excellent, and I just didn't like the first one. I remembered something I said I would do and I've forgotten to do it. Sides of cases. Yes, that's right. All the ones I've shown so far are all coloured and pretty. Good stuff. And for Just Cause 2, probably can't see it because it's white, but it does have a logo. You probably noticed it says NTSC in the corner, which you can't see because there's so much light there, but you're going to have to trust me on that one. But this is actually a Classics edition, but I've reprinted the cover because I cannot stand having the Classics. I'll probably buy a non-Classics version at some point, just so I don't have that shitty disc. I cannot stand Platinum Classics. They all have to be black label as such. But I look forward to trying this, but I haven't got massive high hopes for it because, like I said, open world are really hit and miss for me. Really sticky patch on that game as well. Fucking frustrating. Right, next game is an RPG that I've been wanting to get my hands on for the longest time now, but never got around to it until now. And that game is Enchanted Arms in a grey case, which is annoying. I'll have to get a replacement case for that. Yeah, I heard many good things about this. Apparently it's actually a good game for gamerscore, regardless of it being an RPG, which is strange. So if you're a bit of a whore for that, I recommend this without playing it. It does look good. The graphics look beautiful. Unlock over 100 controllable creatures. Don't even know what that means, but there's some screenshots at the back. It does look like a really nice game, and I can't wait to play it. But I have other priorities at the moment. Right, next we have Skate 3. Now, I'm not a skateboard fan. I can't stand the skateboard culture. Does my head in. Haven't really played a skateboard game since Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I did like the original 3 Tony Hawk's games when they were arcades, so absolutely fantastic. Really do like those games, really rave about them quite a bit. But I got this game because I heard it had a zombies mode in free roam, where you can go around and do tricks over zombies and just generally fuck about with that. That intrigued me, but I've been playing this game a little bit today actually. It's still on at the moment, and I've got to admit it isn't awful. I probably will be playing it a fair bit. The only thing I don't like about it is it's far too technical for me. I just want to fucking roll around, hit some buttons. I don't want to have to fuck about with a stick. For those of you who haven't played a skate game before, you have to use your right analog stick. Say if you were doing an ollie, you would have to hold down and then tap it up. So you prepare and then do your trick, and then it's directional, and you can do it the other way around as well. Way too complex for me. I doubt I'm going to get any good at it, but I'm not going to discard it just yet. I haven't played the zombies mode yet. Next is a game I really don't like, but again it was on my gamer tag and I had to get it. well, I had to get it anyway because I'm going for a full collection. But yeah, that game is Prototype. Don't know why it is about this game. I guess it's the same with the open world thing. It's really hit and miss for me, but I really couldn't stand it. Really, really, really bland and repetitive. Don't recommend this game if you've never played it before at all. Next we have a game which again was on my game tag, so I had to rebuy it. So I have played it before and it was okay. I just thought the levels dragged on a bit too much, but I really wasn't in the right frame of mind when I was playing it at the time, so I'm going to give it another try. And that game is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I do look forward to delving back into that. I will finish that, no doubt. I am a sucker for Marvel titles. Next is a game which is insanely hard to get hold of, and I really am happy to finally get my hands on it. And that game is Bully Scholarship Edition. Now this was originally a PS2 title, and it is essentially Grand Theft Auto in school. No doubt you've all heard of that before, but it sounds like a really novel idea, but it is actually really good, and I do recommend it if you can get your hands on it. It does go for around £25 pre-owned, so you will be lucky if you can find it for a reasonable price, but if you can pick it up, definitely go for it. Next we have Mafia 2. Now, I've heard really, really good things about this, and I put off getting it for the longest time. Again, it's an open world game. Haven't played it yet, but I have a real issue with over-the-top violence and gangsters. They just don't sit right with me. Like all your classic films like Scarface and Goodfellas and stuff like that, I've never watched them. It's just really not my thing, so I'm trying to find a webcam. I'm just trying to cool you down. I know it's hot at the moment. Idiot. But yeah, I hope this is a good game, but I can't see myself getting into it at all. Next we have a fairly new game, and that's Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Yet to play this. I cannot wait to play it. I've heard this, well, I've heard a lot of people say that this is what Fable should have been, and that to me is quite a high claim because I absolutely adore Fable. A little bit dubious about it because it is a EA title. I don't know if you can see that just under my finger. Light flare in here is ridiculous. But yeah, I cannot wait to play this game. If it's anything like Fable, I am absolutely going to adore it. There's the side of the case, and I've just remembered that I've just done a big pile of games without showing you the side of the case again. So let's show you them en masse. Again, all pretty full and colourful and no plain white solids. Grab another big pile. Right, next is a game which I remember seeing advertised, and it really, really got me curious when it came out, but mainly because I was reading the title wrong. That game is El Shaddai. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, when this came out, I originally misread it as Cell Shadier, just because of that. I guess that's the logo. That it looks like a C to me, but it's actually the weapon he wields. And I know it's Shaddai, but it looked like Shadier to me. Cell Shadier seemed like a better, appropriate title for it at the time. I later found out that it was based on religion, and that kind of put me off to begin with. But the game's really, really cheap now. You can pick it up for around between £6 and £10, brand new and sealed. The game is fantastic. I've played a couple of levels of this so far, or chapters, however you want to say it. Really, really good. It's as stylish as Devil May Cry. It's similar storylines. Well, it's similar to Dante's Inferno, but good. And the gameplay is as zany as Nier, so I really do recommend this. If you can get your hands on it cheap, which you will be able to, you can just go on Amazon, buy it brand new for like £7 or something. I really do recommend trying it out. It's a beautiful game, absolutely fantastically written, and it's just so much fun to play. Show you the back and the sides if you can. Oh, got a really good size one. You can't see it because of the fucking light flare. I really need to sort that out. Right, next is a game that I weren't expecting to get hold of at all. I went into Blockbuster today, I just looked through the PS2 bin, and usually they have the odd 360 game in there, usually for football games, for $1.99 a piece, and this was hidden in there, and it shouldn't have been, it really shouldn't have been. This game fetches £15 pre-owned online. I managed to get it for $1.99, and that is History Channel Great Battles Medieval, which is an RTS game based on famous battles between the English and the French. So obviously it's going to be quite educational, but I've heard it is actually really fun as well. So yeah, this game certainly isn't cheap, but I took it to the checkout, $1.99, fully expecting them to say, oh, this is being mispriced, put it back. You know, it happens. But no, put it through and they said it's a $1.99 title. Do you want to go choose a free game? So with that, I picked up a GameCube game, which I'll show you in a bit as well. But $1.99 for this and a GameCube game, absolutely unreal. Made my day, that's for sure. Weren't expecting it in the slightest. Right, next is an open world racing game called Test Drive Unlimited. Now, most people know this game. I've never ever played it. The original Xboxes came with a demo for this. I played a little bit of it and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. Just driving down roads, no missions, no races that I could see. Maybe I weren't understanding the control scheme at the time, but I look forward to playing the retail edition rather than the demo. Maybe it can explain it a little bit better, but it looks beautiful, even considering how old the game is. Unfortunately it has a plain white side, but look at the back. Graphically it looks stunning. Really look forward to playing it. Sticky game. Right, next we have a game that I pretty much got forced to buy. Some of these games are in 4 for $20, and again, I've told you this a billion times, you get stuck a lot of the time and you have to pick up something else, but at the end of the day, I need it for the full collection anyway. That game is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I've not played it. I've heard this is the worst Harry Potter game as far as Harry Potter games go. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to putting this one on. It's a better with Kinect game, so to me that says that it's going to be pretty poor anyway. I'll give it a go, no doubt. Not expecting a lot. How would you? What with it being a Harry Potter title? Next we have a couple of arcade games on disc, and those games are Watchmen, The End Is Nigh, Parts 1 and 2. Now these are a couple of short beat 'em up games, very much in the style of Final Fight and whatnot, but they're 3D and obviously based on Watchmen. The games are actually very good. I haven't played the full titles, but when they were originally released on the marketplace, I did download the demo or trial for both of them and really enjoyed it. They remind me a lot of some of the early 3D Batman games. If you can get hold of this, I do recommend it. I managed to pick it up for £3.20 used on Amazon, and that was including postage. So yeah, well worth a pick up, this one. Fantastic box art as well, I must say. That's coming from someone who really didn't like the film but likes the graphic novel. The bloke who wrote that actually comes from near me. Comes from Northampton. It's just up the road from me. Really weird. But next we have King of Fighters 13 Deluxe Edition. Wow, what a game. I've played a lot of SNK games now. I know in my previous video I said I haven't, but I've been picking them up slowly and been trying to get into them. And they're okay. I just thought, oh, I can see why I stuck with Capcom over the years, but I picked up this one and it's kind of changed all that because I'm absolutely adoring this. It's absolutely stunning. It's got one of the best soundtracks I've heard in any of the King of Fighters games, and it's just highly enjoyable to play. For some reason, I fucking kick ass at this game as well. I've not played it online yet, but I'm playing on hard mode in arcade, and I'm just fucking blasting through it. Absolutely awesome. S ranks all over the place, and we all enjoy games when we're good at them. It's a natural, I guess. But I don't know what's so deluxe about it. It has a reversible cover. Ignore that. I always put the sticker on the inside if I put the title new. Habit, I guess. Way of keeping track. But Yeah, it's got a reversible cover. I keep the alternate one on. I like it best. It also comes with a stupid bonus I will never use. I can't see many people looking at it. It's stuff that's already available on the internet, no doubt. And it's a bonus art CD. Would have loved that thing back in the 90s, but fucking, what's the point in it now? Give me a soundtrack, for Christ's sake. But other than that little gripe, this is a fantastic game. Look at the side. Again, it's white, so you're going to get tons of life there. It does have a picture though, so it's not completely out of place. Right, next we have an RTS, which I have yet to play at all. I've heard it's pretty crap, but you know what? I really like the look of it. It's definitely up my street by the looks of things. It's made by Sega. I've only just noticed that. Crazy. But yeah, that game is Universe at War for Soul. I managed to get this for $2.50. I couldn't pass it up. It looks really good to me. I love my sci-fi. It can't be that bad. RTSs are usually at a similar standard. Right, next we have a game I bought on recommendation from a game that I bought on recommendation from SNEStastic, and that game is The Bourne Conspiracy. I've never seen the films, so I don't know what to expect at all. I've not played the demo. I've literally bought it on SNEStastic's opinion alone. I do look forward to playing it. I managed to get hold of it for £3 or £4, so I mean, if it's crap, I haven't really lost a lot. I do look forward to playing it. There's the side. And there's the side of Universe at War, which I didn't show you. We're getting there for 360 games. Just three more to get through. Right, next is a racer I haven't played yet, and that game is called Race Driver Grid. No idea what to expect from this at all. I've heard it's good, but that's about it. Something about going into games blind that is usually the best way to go about it, because having no expectations on the title, they can't get rushed down. I don't know. It's a simple outlook on life, I guess, but it works for me. Next is a game which I have completed before, but I rented the title, and I did need to get the game back into the collection, and that game is Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. This game was unbelievably simple. It was fun while it lasted, but it was so short and it was really quite bland, I've got to admit. It's got a plain white side, so it pisses me off for that reason alone. Right, and lastly we have a game which I've been struggling to get hold of for a long time now. I've mentioned it before in previous videos, and that game is Iron Man. This game is a shit ton better than Iron Man 2. If you played Iron Man 2 and not this, definitely give this a go. This is really good. But Marvel games went through a thing recently when their prices just went absolutely through the fucking roof. I'm guessing it's to do with the release of the Avengers movie, but lately they've dropped back down. This was going for around 30-40 quid when the film came out, but it's dropped back down to around £10 or £15, which isn't cheap still, considering it's a very old game now. When did it come out? I'm guessing it was like another 2006-2007 release. It's old, put it that way. It would have came out around the same time as the first Iron Man film. £15 for a title that old is quite hefty. But yeah, I finally picked it up. I saw it for a tenner. I was just like, I've got to get that. If that rises back up to 30, I'm going to regret it. So I stole the opportunity. It probably won't go back up in price. Marvel games across all platforms tend to keep a vaguely reasonable price anyway, but going up to £30-40 is just ridiculous. If anyone bought a copy of that for 40 quid pre-owned when the Avengers came out, you're fucking lunatics. Seriously, just wait it out. That's it for 360 pickups. And after all that, I think it puts my total 360 collection up to 222 games now. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check that at some point. No doubt I'll give you the proper total in my next pickup video, which will be near the end of this week, sorry. Before I move on to my next pickups, which there are still a fair few of, I'm a little bit concerned with Xbox 360 collecting at the moment. I've noticed some really bad and unexpected games have massive price leaps recently, one of which being Football Manager 2008, which you can buy pre-owned for 25 quid now. I have no fucking clue why. I don't even think that game has easy achievements. Usually games just keep their price of their easy achievements because people buy them and sell them on just for the game to score. But I don't look forward to having to pay 25 quid for that. I'm in a bit of a predicament though, because do I spend £25 on it now and take the risk of it not dropping, or do I wait it out and see if it does drop? It's just really hard. If I wait, it could rise in price. If I buy it now, it could go down in price. It's just a question for you collectors out there across other systems. Those of you that have gone for full collections in the past, this is my first full collection system. Based on previous trends, what do you think I should do? There's also another game called My Horse and Me 2. By the sounds of it, on the title alone, you know it's a piss poor title. It is an easy game to score game, hence its price at the moment, which is pre-owned for £70. Do I want to spend that on a game I will never play? No. Is it going to raise in price later down the line though? I've got no idea. I have a feeling with that game that it's going to come down in price a lot once the 360 dies and the next generation comes out, simply because it's high gamer score. I can't see people wanting to get easy game score once the system's lifespan has died. You'd have no way to show it off. I'm hoping that if I wait later down the line that game will drop, but it would definitely be a good thing if I could get some input from full collectors out there, because I don't know whether to jump the gun at the moment and risk it. I really don't like the thought of spending £70 on a game I'm probably never going to play. But yeah, that's enough of 360 for the moment. Let's move on to the older Microsoft console with 3 games, of which I'm really happy to have. First being Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. This is a fantastic game. It includes Street Fighter Third Strike, Street Fighter Hyper Street Fighter 2, I think, and an anime or something. I don't know, I've only played Third Strike, so I haven't had much experience with that title before, but yeah, having a lot of fun with this. Managed to pick this up online for around 4 quid. Great game, definitely recommend it. Next we have The King of Fighters 2002. Now, this game is the reason I never got into the SNK titles before. I've got a serious problem with games that put the year in their title. I don't understand why it needs to be done. Like, what relevance does it have to how the game plays? It just makes the game look and sound tacky. But yeah, that put me off buying it in the past. Other than that, it is actually a really fun game. I do recommend it. You can pick it up really cheap as well. Unfortunately, it has a plain white side, which is kind of disappointing. Now, for one of the best fighters I have ever played in my life. In my last pickup video, I picked up, it might have been the pickup video before actually, but either way, I picked up the first game. Now it's time for the second one, and wow, what a vast improvement. And that game is Capcom vs SNK 2 EO Millionaire Fighting. And it has the fucking year in the title, 2001. It's got a shit front cover. It's absolutely bollocks. I cannot stand it. But other than that, the game is absolutely fucking amazing. I would say it is the same standard of Marvel vs Capcom 2, which is saying a lot because that's one of my favourite games of all time. If you can get hold of this game, I highly recommend it because it is fantastic. It's just as fast paced, just as beautiful, just as great sounding as Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and that's saying a lot. No doubt most people who are into fighting games have played this anyway, but it's an SNK title, so I'd never got around to it before. Definitely glad I've got it now, because it is fantastic. There's the side of the case, just plain green. Capcom had a thing with the original Xbox and making the spines of their games of block colours. Don't know what that was. Don't know why. Very odd. But next we have one GameCube game, and it's the GameCube game I got free with the 360 game I mentioned earlier. I literally ran from the till back to the bin and back to the till again. I didn't look what I picked up really, I just saw it was a GameCube game and I thought, fuck it, I'm sure I can have fun with that. And that game is Top Gun Combat Zone. It looks to be a flight sim of some sort. Hopefully it's a bit like Afterburner rather than a realistic game, but I look forward to giving it a try. I'm always looking forward to play GameCube games I've never played before, because I just love that system. Right, on to some Wii games, and you've seen the cover of that one already, and you can still see the cover of that one. That game is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now this is a game I have had in the past. I actually bought a Wii for the first time originally to get this game, so I bought that one on release of this, and within 2 days I managed to get completely 100% on this title, so I got rid of my Wii. I've regretted it ever since, because I did actually really enjoy the game. I'm happy to have it back in the collection. I weren't a fan of having to spend £12 I think it was pre-owned on this. It should be cheaper, but Wii games tend to hold their price. Yeah, happy to have this back in the collection. Next is a Wii game which I was incredibly surprised about actually. Really good game, and that game is Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles. Now this game is Resident Evil 1, 2... No, I don't think it's got 2 in it by the back of it. I'm sure it did. It says it's got Resident Evil 0, 1 and 3 in it, but in a on-rail shooter, House of the Dead, Time Crisis style. So you go through the games really quickly, but it's hella fun. Really hard at some points, and it's really quite scary because it's on rails. Obviously once you've played it a few times the fear factor goes away, but a fantastic arcade shooter. I really do recommend this, and I got this for £2.21 from Amazon, including postage, so I mean, absolute fucking bargain. Back of the cover of that is just brilliant as well. Actually has a really nice front cover. Definitely happy to own this. Wesker does the voiceover for the entire game as well, so another reason to get it. Wesker's voice actor is great. Right, next is one of the Sonic Wii titles which I never got around to playing before. I'm slurring to hell tonight, don't know what the fuck's up with me. But yeah, that game is Sonic and the Black Knight. I was always put off this game when it originally came out. I've yet to play it at all, so I still don't know what to expect. I'm not sure why they felt the need to give Sonic weapons. It just looks like another gimmick that I'm probably not going to enjoy, just like in Sonic Unleashed. But you know what, it's a Sonic game. I had to give it a chance. The back cover looks kind of cool actually. I really like the helmets they've put on Shadow and Knuckles in that top picture. Don't know if you can see that. Maybe it focuses eventually. But I'll give it a chance, that's for sure. Point out that I'm picking up Wii titles because I felt a serious amount of neglect for the Wii over the years. I'm just trying to pick up everything that I should have played and you should own. Just give the Wii a proper run-in before its inevitable death, which will be coming up before the end of the year, no doubt. Can't imagine them making too many more Wii games, but with the Wii U just around the corner. Next is Super Mario Galaxy. Not played much of this before at all. What I did play with it when it came out, I don't even remember in the slightest. I do really look forward to playing this because, well, people really do highly rate this, and I've always been a fan of the 3D Mario games. I especially liked Mario Sunshine actually, but yeah, I look forward to playing that. Next we have Trauma Center New Blood. I bought this on recommendation of Alpha Omega Sin, I think his name is, one of the mammoth YouTube channels, so you probably all know him. I rarely watch those kind of videos, but I did on this one because it might have been to do with underrated Wii games, it might not have been. I can't remember. Watched so many videos recently, I've not got a clue what's going on. But don't know what to expect from this. So I believe you just do operations. I couldn't understand why this would be better suited to the DS, but I'm going to give it a go. Definitely going to give it a go. So that's bulked up my Wii collection quite a bit. Quite a lot of gaming to do there. Look forward to getting stuck in. One last game, and it's a PS2 game, which makes a change. I only have one PS2 title, and that game is Jak and Daxter, the first game, which is about fucking time I picked this up, because that means I now own every Jak and Daxter game. I've been wanting to play this for the longest time, and it is really, really good. So I'm glad that it's lived up to my expectations. I've been playing it a fair bit. It's hella fun, fantastic soundtrack. No doubt you all know what it's like already. Fantastic title. I will be playing the others once I finish this now, because I feel it's one of those game series that you really do need to play. It's a Naughty Dog game, so from the creators of Crash Bandicoot, you really can't go wrong. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I did warn you at the beginning of the video there was a fuck ton of games. One last pickup I got, which is another video game book, and that book I had no idea was around. I never expected them to make books on this series, but that book is from the Borderlands series, and this book is titled The Fallen. I've not read any of this yet. I'm waiting until I finish the Gears of War books till I start on it, but it's an interesting one. They're making a second book soon. It's not out yet. And on the front cover they have the hunter. Obviously this one's got the soldier on the front of it, so I'm guessing each book goes into characters in detail and they're just based on that character. I'm not sure whether I'm going to enjoy this one because I never really played as the hunter or the soldier. I'll give you a bit of... I'll read you a bit off the back. It's got, what kind of man makes a living in hell? His name is Roland, soldier class, a former mercenary. He's on a full-time mission to scrape a living out of the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. Is he qualified? He's well armed. He's ruthless. He's tougher than Skaghide. And oh, yeah, he's strapped with some of the most exotic weaponry this side of the vault, not to mention possessing fists like chunks of steels. That's just a bit of the blurb, though it does go. He's got quite a hefty blurb, actually. It sounds interesting. I'm going to be waiting impatiently for the Siren book, I think, because I really enjoy playing as the Siren, and she's my favourite character from the first game. No doubt I will read this before Borderlands 2 comes out in order to hype me up for it. Video game books are a good thing, I think, because I've never been a heavy reader before I realised they make books on games, and it's helped my language skills, he says, not knowing what to say. But yeah, that's it for my pickups. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Sorry if I've waffled on a bit too much. Sorry for slurring my words. Sorry there wasn't any music videos in between my last video and this one. I said there would be, but there wasn't. Again, I recorded a ton and watched them back, just went, nah, not going to upload that. So, in aid to prevent me from doing that, I am pleading you guys to start sending me some requests to upload to YouTube. I will have a crack at any song on guitar just to get it out there. Even if I've never heard it before, I will give it a listen, try and figure it out, try and get it out there. I'm still working on the Pink Floyd Time solo, which was requested by 16-Bit Brit. I used to be in a cover band, a Pink Floyd cover band, a long time ago, and we used to play that song quite a bit. So I'm just relearning the solo. I'm having fun relearning that. But yeah, I will try and get the music videos up on a regular basis again. It's just a mental stunt for me at the moment. I'm getting home from work at the moment every night, just far too tired to play guitar as well. So I'm absolutely knackered recently. But I'm waffling again. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Cheers for sticking with me. Thanks for all the support. Cheers. Enjoy.